This is Pot. Pot is a kobold. But he isn't just any kobold. See, Pot was a smart kobold. Well, at least he would remind you he was every couple of minutes. Pot grew up in a small tribe of kobolds, but Pot wasn't happy living in a cave. Pot wanted more. He didn't want to gather goodies for whatever dragon the tribe was serving that week. Pot wanted to gather his own trinkets. Better, make his own trinkets. What Pot wanted was to invent. After many moons of raiding small camping wagons that rested near the den, Pot and his tribe would come across a decently sized cooking pot. After laying eyes upon it for the first time, Pot knew he wanted it. Pot would beg and plead to have the pot, but the tribe wouldn't listen. He would trade and try to bargain with the tribe, but they didn't care. He would offer new inventions and try to figure out what magical items did for them. Granted, given he wasn't any good at it, they ignored him. That was when Pot finally had it. These last 45 minutes had been enough for him. He snuck back into the cave while the tribe was out looking for a new dragon, after their last leader was once again slain by a group of adventurers. There, he grabbed the pot, and would earn his name. He quickly put it over his head, and his horns cracked 2 holes at the back, making it unusable to hold liquids. But Pot didn't care. He now had what he was seeking. He was a knight. He could be an adventurer. He could even earn loot to make new toys and goods. So he headed out of the tribe with nothing but some torn pants, a small pouch of trinkets that he previously made, and a faithful pot over his head. As he traveled, his newfound armor brought him great confidence. It would shield his eyes from light as the sun rose. It would protect his head when he walked into tree trunks and rocks, and its blind guidance would lead him to his first heroic destination. As the sun started to set, he noticed it was much colder than where he once called home. All around him was a faint light of the setting sun shining through the forest's canopy. After then, he heard a small chirping sound and a snap of a twig. Quickly, Pot panicked and looked at a tree he could climb into to hide from the danger. But after a moment he remembered. He had his pot. So courageously approached the bush where he had previously heard the snap. And out hopped 3 baby owlbears looking for berries. After a moment of staring at each other, the owlbears started chasing him. He quickly ran up the tree he spotted earlier, and there he did what he knew to do best. He cried and screamed for help. Every second was intense. The 3 babies started biting and clawing at the base of the tree as it cracked and swayed. He just kept calling for help and calling and calling. But luckily for him, perhaps it was the pot had called for help as well, or the spirit of adventure decided it wasn't his time, as a wagon full of a group of adventurers answered his call and came rushing in. In his panic, he didn't seem to notice as he just kept screaming, but soon an adventurer tried to throw a stick to distract the babies. Unfortunately for the group, it seemed that the stick was thrown directly into a cave. The Owlbears' cave. Soon, the mother owlbear let out a mighty roar as Pot nearly passed out from the fear. Luckily for him, an adventurer quickly ran to the tree and caught him. When he finally awoke, he found himself on the wagon, surrounded by various strange new people. He had found a party, and Pot was going to be an adventurer. I hope you enjoyed this little story. Wanted to give a silly little backstory to a kobold that my party saved in a current campaign I'm running. I thought it may make for an interesting little side video and give me an opportunity to test some new tips from the lovely Crit Crab himself. And I would like to make a shout out to Zero for being our first superfan on Patreon. So if you like this content and would like to see more of it, make sure to like and subscribe to see future videos that I make. And if you have anything you'd like to add or comment on the story, make sure to leave a comment below. Thank you, and have a lovely day.